Hello, I'm in Church Street on this busy Sunday afternoon. Ask yourself this: what benefits has cultural change brought to Kensington and Fairfield that outweighs the mess it's in now? Yes, there's a few barbershops, a few late night convenience stores, yes I know. But at what price? A whole community has been changed and replaced into something completely different. So the odd late night convenience stores, barbershops, has it been worth it if one looks at the big picture? Well, the answer is no, it hasn't been worth it, right? And we now see cultural change making its way down West Derby Road, Prescott Road, Breck Road, and many other parts of Liverpool where it looks like Kensington and Fairfield is about to be repeated. Because like I've said, if one looks at the big picture, a few barbershops, late night convenience stores, have they been worth what's been done to the community? Well, the answer is no. People who'd lived in Kensington and Fairfield all their lives felt it was no longer a place to live. Those that had children believed it was no longer a place they wanted to bring their children up, so they've been forced to move, right? So if one looks at the big picture, a few late night convenience stores, barbershops, and I'm sure they provide an excellent service to the community. I'm sure they do. But one has to look at the big picture. Has it been worth it, given the mess and the state Kensington and Fairfield's in now? Well, the answer has to be no. Is it going to be worth repeating the same situation, if that's the right word? Is it going to be worth what's happened to Kensington and Fairfield now being repeated, like I've said, West Derby Road, Tubrook, Breck Road, Anfield, Prescott Road, Old Swan? Is it going to be worth it long term? Well, the answer has to be, once again, no. Cultural change in whatever form has transformed Kensington and Fairfield into a place that represents somewhere like Saint-Denis. That's a suburb outside of Paris where Liverpool supporters were ambushed, beaten and robbed by North African immigrants that have turned that area into, again, a completely different place to what it once was, right? So we see what's happening now in Kensington and Fairfield, and we ask ourselves, has that been worth a few late night convenience stores and barbershops? Well, the answer is no, right? I'm not against small amounts of new arrivals, right, settling in these communities and providing an excellent service for the people that live there. But that's not the same as a whole community being changed and taken from the original Scousers that lived there. They felt the need to move. They didn't want to bring their children up in that area. They didn't want to spend the rest of their lives there. So they felt they had no other option than to leave. And that is very, very sad, right? These are people that are fellow Scousers like us, right? What a state of affairs we now see parts of Liverpool, the mess they're in. And it's down to these politicians, regardless what political party they're affiliated to, they're all subscribed to the liberal agenda we see today. Okay, sir, we see today, right? So I ask again, a few convenient late night stores, late night convenience stores, should I say, and barber shops. Has that been worth the sacrifice of a whole community? Well, the answer has to be no, right? Complete no. And we now see this worrying trend now developing along West Derby Road. You see, I have my finger on the pulse in this city, and reports are coming in, especially from taxi drivers. They are seeing what is happening in and around the city, especially in the twilight hours, let's call them. So what is happening is not in the interests of our city or the good people of Liverpool. In fact, the complete opposite. Cultural change needs to stop. We need to close the door. Joe Owens will be standing in next year's general election in the constituency of Wavertree. I will be challenging Paula Barker. She's the MP for that community, for that constituency and community. She's another one that's remained silent as to what has happened to parts of Wavertree, namely the top of Smithdown Road, Lawrence Road, several streets, the top of Smithdown Road, Wendell Street being one of them. New arrivals were literally, and the word literally is, they were dumped on the doorstep of people who've lived there for decades. Are they still living in them streets? I don't know. Paula Barker, as far as I'm aware, endorsed it and went along with it. She, at the very least, didn't oppose it, right? And the new arrivals, like I've said, that were literally dumped on the doorstep of the good people of Liverpool that live at the top of Smithdown Road, were not a particularly nice bunch of new arrivals, right? People that live there know exactly what I'm on about. It's not me spreading hatred, it's not me telling lies, it's the truth, right? It's the awful truth, right? So that area was literally changed overnight, right, to somewhere that was never Liverpool. It now represents somewhere in the Transylvania in Romania or somewhere, right? It is a place that has been changed completely, right? Completely changed. Getting a bit busy now. It's been completely changed. You don't believe me? Go and have a look. But I don't think you need to. People know who I'm referring to, and you're aware of what's actually happened to them. Several streets at the top of Smithdown Road, they've been completely changed into something else. And to hell with the locals that have lived there for decades. So Paula Barker, the MP for Wavertree, who I'll be challenging, she's another one that's remained silent, or at least been complicit in all this and said nothing, just like the councillors of Kensington and Fairfield, Ian Robinson, Wendy Salmon, Liz Parsons. So I make this video. Once again, I bring this message to the good people of Liverpool. You have Joe Owens in your corner now. Okay, thank you.